1. Every morning, David woke above a city that millions dreamed of conquering. 2. But every new day greeted him with another mountain of responsibilities. 3. Success lifted him higher every year, yet somehow he felt smaller inside. 4. Everyone admired the man they believed had already won at life. 5. His voice sounded confident, but his heart had grown strangely quiet. 6. Long after the lights went out, David was still chasing tomorrow. 7. Somewhere along the way, work had quietly replaced the people he loved. 8. His daughter wanted only a moment, but even that became difficult to give. 9. David possessed almost everything money could buy, except the peace he could never purchase. 10. Luxury filled every corner of his home, but silence always arrived first at dinner. 11. He had everything he wanted to eat, except someone to share the meal with. 12. Even dinner had become another meeting hidden behind a phone screen. 13. The man in the mirror looked successful, but no longer looked happy. 14. Every night, the city rested less than he did. 15. His mornings never changed, because his life had quietly become a routine. 16. He walked through beautiful spaces that somehow felt emptier every day. 17. Surrounded by countless reflections, David struggled to recognize himself. 18. To everyone else, David looked like the happiest man in the building. 19. Respect surrounded David every day, yet genuine connection seemed farther away than ever. 20. Every meeting promised another achievement, but none could quiet the growing noise inside his mind. 21. The applause grew louder each year, but satisfaction became strangely quieter. 22. The moment the room became silent, so did the excitement he had spent years chasing. 23. He was surrounded by success, and yet completely alone inside it. 24. His hands never stopped working, even when his heart quietly begged for rest. 25. The world finished another day, but David's work never seemed to end. 26. The brighter the screens became, the dimmer his own spirit seemed to grow. 27. At the top of the city, David finally realized how empty success could feel when there was no one left to share it with. 28. Another sunrise arrived, but David no longer noticed the beauty waiting outside. 29. He smiled because it was expected, not because he truly felt it. 30. Every new opportunity demanded more of his time and quietly stole another piece of his life. 31. Some opportunities returned every day. Others disappeared forever. 32. He couldn't remember the last time work had made him genuinely happy. 33. The room was full of voices, yet David felt completely alone. 34. His body remained at work, but his mind was beginning to surrender. 35. For the first time, success felt heavier than the man carrying it. 36. Sometimes the strongest smile hides the deepest exhaustion. 37. I had spent years chasing success, yet peace had been waiting quietly in places money could never buy. 38. The river never struggled to move forward. It simply followed its nature, and everything around it flourished. 39. For the first time in years, I wasn't trying to conquer the horizon. I was simply grateful to witness it. 40. Joy doesn't always need to belong to us. Sometimes witnessing it is enough. 41. Life had not become slower. I had finally learned to stop rushing through it. 42. Success builds impressive houses. Love turns them into homes. 43. Time had always been precious. I simply spent too many years measuring it instead of living it. 44. The universe had always been speaking. My busy mind had simply been too loud to hear it. 45. I left home, searching for success. I returned having discovered something infinitely more valuable: myself. 46. The world had never demanded that I hurry. Only my own mind did. 47. Every bridge reminds us that every ending quietly becomes the beginning of another path. 48. Clarity does not arrive all at once. It appears one quiet step at a time. 49. Every small choice creates circles far beyond what we can see. 50. Abundance is not measured by what we own, but by what we are able to appreciate. 51. Strength is often quiet. Like water, it shapes the hardest stone through patience. 52. The past leaves its marks only until life gently washes them away. 53. Silence is not empty. It is filled with answers we rarely pause long enough to hear. 54. I once believed the golden cup was waiting somewhere ahead. In truth, it had been growing quietly within me all along. 55. Peace does not arrive after success. It begins the moment we stop chasing what was never missing. 56. Every meaningful journey asks only one thing of us: take the next step. 57. The tallest things in nature grow quietly, never competing with the trees beside them. 58. Freedom begins when we no longer need the world permission to be at peace. 59 Beauty lasts only for a moment. That is exactly why we must notice it. 60. The higher I climbed, the smaller my ego became. 61 Purpose is not something we discover. It is something we choose with every step. 62 Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into unforgettable memories. 63. The Golden Cup was never a trophy waiting at the finish line. It was the quiet strength, wisdom, and peace I discovered within myself along the journey. 64 Happiness had never been hiding from me. I had simply been looking in the wrong direction. 65. Sometimes the strongest bridge is the one we build between who we were and who we choose to become. 66. Not everything beautiful is meant to be owned. Some things exist simply to remind us what freedom looks like. 67. Every action fades with time. Only the character behind it remains. 68. The wisest teachers often speak without words. 69. Wonder never disappears. We simply stop noticing it. 70. Every sunrise reminds us that life always offers another beginning. 71. When the noise inside me disappeared, the beauty outside became impossible to ignore. 72. The greatest victory was never over the world. It was over the restless voice within my own heart. And that was the true Golden Cup. 73. The journey back home felt different. Nothing outside had changed. Everything inside had. 74. Life cannot be held too tightly. Its beauty is found in letting it flow. 75. Even flowers understand a simple truth. We become what we choose to face. 76. True wealth grows slowly, nourished by patience rather than urgency. 77. The ocean never keeps its waves, yet it is never afraid of becoming full again. 78. Freedom is not escaping life. It is learning to move through it without fear. 79. Nothing in nature fears change. Every season knows exactly when it is time to let go. 80. The universe owes us nothing, yet every new day is offered as an extraordinary gift. 81. The Golden Cup was never made of gold. It was forged through every lesson, every loss, every quiet sunrise, and every courageous step toward becoming the person I was always meant to be. 82. The greatest journeys do not change the destination. They transform the traveler. 83A. Clear purpose does not remove the storms. It simply becomes the light that guides us through them. 84. Life becomes lighter the moment we stop carrying what every season has already released. 85A. Peaceful mind reflects truth as clearly as a still lake reflects the sky. 86. Growth rarely happens in comfort, yet every meaningful step brings us closer to ourselves. 87. Some of the most beautiful things in life begin only after we learn to let them go. 88. The pace of wisdom is never rushed. Nature has known this from the beginning. 89. Perspective changes everything. The higher we rise in awareness, the smaller our worries appear. 90. The Golden Cup was never waiting at the end of the road. It was forged in every choice, every challenge, every sunrise, and every quiet moment that taught me who I truly am. The greatest treasure is not the life we build, but the person we become while building it.